And the first thing that you want to know is, where's your potential target? So based on our projected targets, we had a projected target of possibly 42 to 43 as a normal target for this morning. So it's a trend up. Even if you sat on the sidelines and did nothing, you still have to understand you're fighting the support that has come in early today. So from this chart right here, it's right on the money. And this just keeps working and working. So we need to understand that right now the most important trade of the day has been done by the long side to protect the 18. So they are fighting for the weekend, and they want to show everybody that we're in control. 3, they pull back, and now on a daily basis, we're testing the week's high up here. They want to show bears have been taken out in a body bag, and again, we have used the overnight jump to creek trade to accomplish it. So in my opinion, there's no easy trade for the short side today. And probably you will have better odds either later in the day, if at all.
Our national
so on a day like today, this right here, we've already achieved, the 10 to 12 points this way. There's no edge coming in. Longs certainly want to win the week. There's going to be some profit taking. Today is Friday.
Increase the cost of insurance premiums.
So the real question is, can the week's high at 44 hold or not?
From China and other foreign governments. Congress must stop digging a deep hole of debt that we'll never get out of.
Please stop digging.
If you're using this dynamic, you can see how today had the breakout, and we're in this upper band. This acts like a Keltner today, driving this way. This does not feel like it wants to go short anymore. Anything you take on the short side, if you get a 5-pointer, it's huge on a day like today because there's so many trapped traders. ABCD. The reason we call it that is because you're thinking of a point A, point B, point C, point D, and even if you don't come back to it, you use that value. Use that value as part of that target. So when we talked about our target at the 42s to 43s, we're really referring to the mechanics of the mathematics, not necessarily the low of a bar. So most of the shorts are thinking, all right, so let's try high, let's figure we can get back into say the 26 range. Maybe we can get back to the half gap, 27, test that again. But instead, this is the aggressive trade, and the people who buy the 32s at the open just go this way. I mean, that's the trade that works 10% of the time. It's not a high odds trade. It worked for today, and they're building habits that ultimately will probably hurt them rather than help them. So once we get a range set up, all you can do as a trader is say, is there an edge to my trade today? I'm fighting a very strong trend. Is the timing right? We're wait for a little bit more support in here. You're probably going to want a 30 or 15 or whatever. But if you jump to a chart like this is how you see it in motion. And you need this kind of a chart with you because you can clearly see a trend coming here. You can clearly see this break. So in my opinion, a day like today, we said we're going to be very tough for the short side. And once this digs in right here at the 32s and takes off, this can go to any day high today. Will it? This target that the boys want to knock out and bump stops there. So until that breaks, that's got to be our resistance, the 44 weekly high. And you will not have a good short side trade until you come back at least 5 points and at least take this out right here. And you can get a little momentum coming back this way. But you always want to remember these things, because this bar, we always say that these long bars, they're going to come back, whether it's today or the next day or 2 days later, that middle will get tested. That's a given. We already know that. So those are the things we want to understand. This was a very carefully orchestrated move to team support, and then once we break here, first hour range can go anywhere it wants. In this 120 chart, it shows it clear. Once you get in motion, these are the days that will destroy your account and your spirit if you let it. You cannot fight the trend. Just because I don't like this trend doesn't mean I don't recognize it once it starts. And here's the problem. People guess, average in, and now all of a sudden they're saying, no, now what do I do? So Fridays are days once they get near where they want to be. And by that I mean that who wants to win the week? Bulls clearly have defended their turf, and we're well within the range of the week. So the rest of this is just horse trading, scalp kind of trading. This is an attempt at a demon. Every demon has been knocked out. Every time you change a demon, every time you push it back, it tells you, wait a minute, this is a trend. And most traders, once the trend is in motion, you're better off going with the trend. Even though you don't like it, you say, okay, trend has been established, and I'm going to go with the trend, and I'm not going to fight it. Today, I just think is one of those days that's, probably designed to kill most guys and buy it. Today's a tough day. Thoughts? Anybody have thoughts, questions? How many points for the day already? What's the range for the day? You got about 24 points, right? 25 points. What do we have as pivot today? 23. I said 24 was support today, right? Carl's target was 39, and he's revised it. He's in the game. He had 12 yesterday he wanted. But a good trader like that flips his mind around as soon as he sees what's going on. ABCD, right here. Learn to read this. This is your best friend. Tells you where the potential is, where it can go. And then if you choose to fade it, understand if that was your belief, then why wait for it? If that was your belief, you should be buying into it. It means you're bullish and you think, okay, I'm going to wait for that. Well, don't. That's how you lose money. And don't let my conservative nature, see, I'm a lot older than most of you guys. Don't let my conservative nature, take you out of the game. I don't have the same needs as someone who's still got to put kids through college. I'd rather find trades that I really know and understand, rather than taking a trade like this that it's always clear in hindsight, always. But that's why we use moving averages, and that's why this is the U coming this way. So anybody that's scalping short today, it's against the trend. You look at your comp, it's up huge. Dow was up huge. And understand that our primary target for the day was the 42 to 43 area. So if you scalp against it, be prepared that you're still fighting the trend. Mr. Murray had 40.75 as a target, then the next one was 44. And obviously, if you're using, my trader's box system, if you're looking at where you are in relation to that first column, that 22.75 pivot is held like a champ. So you got to jump to the next one. So next up, the way I'm looking at it, key trade is obviously this 35 area. This is the key for the rest of the day, in my opinion, for the short side. Nothing good will happen until we first break 38s, and then we've got to break this 35 area. So don't make it about any one day. Today will be, I said today was going to be a tough day for the short side. And that's when they do this right here, this vertical move. And this is the rabid dog day. I'll bring that out and I'll show you that days that just are not the norm, and they come along enough to hurt you. Traders who are undisciplined, they will lose. On days like today, they'll give up everything they made in a week. They'll give up in an hour. All you can do is use that 44, the week's high, as resistance. Just strictly scalping. That's your rabid dog day trade. Look it up in your members room. Break out a dangerous pivot, especially at the beginning of the day. Comes out of the gate hard. Often reverses the previous day's direction. And pay attention to the black-white theory on the larger time frames. That's over here. Right? Here's your 120s. We take this out. We take this out. We take this out. And the only thing left is this resistance right here. And the first hour rule can go any high it wants. So my suggestion, most traders would be better off to just pass, relax. We're at the high already, can go higher. Those who want to short are fighting a strong trend. And chalk today up as one of those days that a lot of people got fooled. And it's because this is the kind of a day that just is. There's no explanation for it other than jam. But this is how I read it. Once it gets in motion, it's not the kind of day I like. I do not like these days. Most professional traders walk away on a day like today. So different from the norm. And in hindsight, traders will say, right, I got it. I got the short. What they failed to tell you is that they got stopped out 5 times before they got the one that worked. So we talked about this the other day, net. What's in your pocket? You know, if you've got stopped out 3, 4, 5 times.